Welcome to the very first episode on Global CEO Forum, and today we have a very special individual, a dynamic female personality, Ms. Gayani De Alwis, the Chairperson for Women's Chamber of Industry and Commerce in Sri Lanka. Now to begin with, we have female entrepreneurs. It could be SME or micro. What is the current landscape for female entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka?
Landscape for female entrepreneurs are evolving. I would say it's a mixed bag of things. While there is progress, there is also a lot of persistent challenges. As we all know, female labour force participation in our country is coming down at a rate which is a cause for concern. Having said that, what is important and encouraging is that more and more younger women are getting into entrepreneurship. And also they are getting into diverse areas, which is not the normal areas that the women entrepreneurs are already engaged in. I'm really positive of the opportunities that exist, because all these obstacles actually create opportunities for women entrepreneurs as well. So younger women are getting into the entrepreneurship space in diverse areas, which is a very good thing for the countries.
Now, challenges are a part of any business, but what are the biggest challenges faced by female entrepreneurs, to be more precise and specific?
So one of the biggest obstacles that women entrepreneurs are faced with is access to capital. I mean, most banks, when you're applying for a loan, you need a collateral. Women, historically don't own land by and large, so that's one of the problems. So what we need to work on is how do we really provide collateral-free credit for women entrepreneurs. So that's one area. The other area is access to markets. It's not easy to reach out to markets if you don't have the knowledge on how you really reach out to those requirements. So that's another area that women entrepreneurs are currently faced with. So you need to understand the local requirement, the regulatory requirements, the consumer needs, and the packaging, the quality, all that has to be looked at. So marketing is all about ensuring the customers like your product. So how do you make your product marketable? That's very important, and reach out to those markets where your products will sell. A third thing is about the know-how and the access to data. So these are another challenges, because digital infrastructure is evolving, but some of them don't have the know-how, and also they don't have the right digital infrastructure. So for them to really operate businesses, having affordable digital device, having the right infrastructure, and especially being women, they have lots of challenges managing work and life. And especially if you're a parent, and especially if you're a mom entrepreneur, that's another problem where you need to balance your work and life. So if you have a good understanding about digital business operation, digital marketing, then that will really help you to do your businesses.
Now, any business actually needs upliftment, empowerment. What does the Women's Chamber of Industry and Commerce does as a support system to uplift the female entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka and the women-led businesses?
Women's Chamber is actually the world's first women-owned chamber, which was set up 40 years ago. So that in itself shows how progressive our founders and past chairs when they set up from their membership money the Women's Chamber. And our main focus is to actually support women entrepreneurs and also professional women. And our focus area is to work on women entrepreneurs, our membership of course, which consists of both entrepreneurs and professional women, and also in women in the informal sector. That's another area that we are focusing on. So our main objective is to ensure how do we remove barriers. How do we really enable women to engage in businesses in a more sustainable manner? How do we create opportunities? So these are the areas that we are working on. So we actually organize market access opportunity programs, where during April and Christmas time, December, we organize a marketplace in Colombo. So women from all over the country come there and then showcase their product, and they get a lot of business leads and business contact, and that's a market access opportunity that we provide. And at the same time, we do a lot of capacity building. Again, another area that women need to up the ante is that. So it is important that they really are equipped with the right skills to improve their business acumen. So we look at digital literacy, we look at financial literacy, the marketing, the supply chain, and various specific areas to build capacity. So we conduct programs for related areas for women time to time. And also we really look at how do we really look at the motivation and encouraging women entrepreneurs. So annually we organize annual women entrepreneur awards to encourage women entrepreneurs and showcase them, and that has been one of the key flagship events that we do to encourage women. It's a national event. Another one which we have recently organized is how do we really make our women export ready, especially in the apparel sector. The women who are not so prominent and not so known, and those women are being showcased at a fashion show which we call Ramp Up. Making women entrepreneurs export ready is our theme there. So like that we do many programs to access markets, capacity building, and also in the policy space also, because we need to also make sure the policies are conducive for women entrepreneurs and women at large to really engage in economic participation. So those are some of the things that we do to enable more women entrepreneurs to be impacting the economic activity positively.
Now, if you speak about two very important components, digital transformation and innovation, how do you think both of these put together could actually support the women-led businesses, or is there any impact in fact?
I think this is a very pertinent question. It is very important that women understand the importance of digitalization and innovation, because you cannot do the same old thing and expect a different result. So you have to be creative and innovative, and also in this digital era, unless you are digital savvy and your digital literacy is improved, you will not be able to do business. Especially for women, you have a triple burden. You need to manage your work life and home front and many other things that you are burdened with. And especially commuting time, all that can be actually reduced if you're digitally savvy. So access to digital technology will enable you to work from home, do businesses through social media. I mean, a lot of the young women are now engaged in these businesses through social media. So that those are opportunities that exist. And also by being creative, actually you will be having niche products in the market. It's not a Me Too product. You will always look at new things creatively so that you will have a bigger market that you can reach out to, and not only locally, export as well.
Now, as we move on with our final question, what advice, what guidance would you give aspiring female entrepreneurs requiring to break the barriers they are facing at the moment?
I think it's very important for women to be confident, because of course there are a lot of obstacles around us, but if you really put your mind to it and understand the opportunity in the market, and then you develop a product or a service that can actually exceed the expectation of the consumers in the market, then you will be truly a winner. So for that, you need to have confidence in your abilities. So you need to understand, study about the market. You need to understand about the requirements in the market. Your consumer understanding is very important. So being confident means when you're confident, you really want to do something different and think differently. So that's something that you really need to focus. The second thing is whether you like it or not, and if you have a family, you need to balance both. So how do you really look at both? How do you really have work-life harmony? I don't think it's easy to do balancing, but work-life harmony, which will enable you also to think about yourselves as well. Because if you're an entrepreneur, you try to 24/7 work, and that's not going to help you. So you need to also look after yourself, because you have to be strong, you have to be confident, you have to be bold to do your business while looking after your family as well. So finally, I would like to say opportunities exist, and also even in the ecosystem, there are more and more focus is now coming towards the women and women entrepreneurship, and also even the government policies also is supporting women towards women's economic participation. So fact that we also have a prime minister, female prime minister to govern us also will help us, because they will look at from a gender lens and look at female friendly policies. So I think this is the time for us to really get into entrepreneurship. So go out there, be bold, be innovative, and I'm sure you can easily conquer the market.
And that brings us to a wrap up on our very first episode on Global CEO Forum. A big thank you goes out to Ms. Gayani De Alwis for sharing her expertise knowledge on how female entrepreneurs could start their business, or if you're currently in a soup, I would say, or you're facing barriers. This advice will truly be an inspiration and build confidence for your business, and we wish all the entrepreneurs, the female-led businesses, all the very best to move forward from strength to strength and growth to growth. And once again, thank you very much, Ms. Gayani De Alwis, for joining us on our very first episode.